Hi everyone, it's Rosie from Talking About BPD, and yeah, I'm back and I'm going to be talking about representation because if you have BPD, you will know what it means to not have positive representation of your mental health diagnosis. Um, yeah, this is something that I've been sort of thinking about, talking about, struggling with over the years. And it just strikes me that there are so many celebrities, public figures, people in the media who talk openly about mental health conditions like depression, bipolar disorder, OCD, anxiety. And this is so great. I'm so glad that we have a good breadth of celebrities and people in the media talking about their personal experiences with these certain conditions. I'm not saying it's perfect, it's definitely not. There are problems with these representations, maybe the lack of diversity, the lack of breadth, maybe the lack of kind of different voices shining through in the media. However, if you compare those conditions and how they're represented and the kind of the amount of voices that we have talking about these conditions, personal experiences, compare that to people with BPD who are talking openly about this label. Yeah, it's very stark because there are so few people who want to come out, to use that phrase, in the media about having BPD, and I completely understand why that is. Um, because of the stigma, the huge amounts of hate that they might receive for identifying themselves with a label that is the subject of so much abuse and prejudice, stigma, yeah, and just negative stereotyping, with a monster stereotype, crazy girlfriend, bridezilla, yeah, attention seeker, drama queen, you name it, like misogynistic stereotypes. Um, I completely understand why people in the media don't want to associate with those kind of ways of those tropes, I guess. Um, yeah, so where does that leave people with BPD? Well, yeah, it leaves us, I guess, in my opinion, without representation, without being able to see an image of somebody successful, maybe happy, maybe doing well, maybe with a family, maybe doing a career that means a lot to them, maybe just living life in a fulfilled way, whatever that means for them, because everyone's different. Um, and it's so hard to see that when you're diagnosed with BPD and you turn to Google, and the only thing that comes up is hateful articles about how to escape your crazy ex-girlfriend, BPD girlfriend, borderline, always called borderline, borderline woman, the borderline. And I, while some people relate to that word, I don't like it. Um, yeah, representation. I guess if you see a positive representation, then it can improve your self-esteem and make you feel better about who you are. Um, the internet is full of people speculating about who's got BPD, and these are really dangerous to read if you're not in the right frame of mind to look critically at that, because it's often people who have this is no disrespect for them, by the way, but people who have been living like very difficult lives, maybe lives that have ended in really awful, painful experiences like suicide, um, if you have depression, you can go onto BBC iPlayer and watch a documentary about like a well-known, successful person, like a role model, talking about their experiences, and that can make you feel less alone and more positive. Um, yeah, panic attacks and panic disorder, you can go on iPlayer. I can think of a documentary that I watched with a celebrity, with Nadia Hussain, for example, the TV winner of Great British Bake Off, lovely Nadia Hussain, and I thought it was a fantastic documentary. You can watch her talking about her experiences of panic disorder and anxiety disorder. And it's fantastic. Like if you experience panic attacks and anxiety disorder, like I can imagine it might feel quite relatable, maybe. It might be comforting to see that somebody who is successful, well liked, she's doing well, like also with this condition. And yeah, it's just really difficult to find anything about BPD. And it can be very demotivating, and very kind of disheartening to only see the negative stories. And we do need stories of hope, stories of knowing that you can live with BPD and you can live the way you want to live with it. Um, and that's why I'm keen to share my story, albeit I'm not famous, I'm not a public figure, and I would love to have somebody in the media, more like many people in the media. Like there are a few people, and my hat goes off to them. My hat goes off to them completely because I do think it's brave. I don't normally call people with mental health conditions brave for speaking about it, but I do think when you have BPD, there is a level of courage that you have to take because of the risk, the negative backlash that you can receive. That must be quite terrifying. Where was I? Yeah, I just think it would be great to see more. Like, it would be great if, I don't know, it's like chicken and egg, what came first? The stigma reduced, would more people speak up? Or would more people, or if more people speak up, would the stigma reduce? Like, it's complicated, isn't it? But yeah, I'd love to know what you think, how you feel. Have you felt similar to me? How I used to feel about having not having these like role models to kind of look up to in the media. And I do think as a young person, young people can really look up to people in the media. I think it's only natural. So yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts as usual down in the comments. I hope this video made sense because I'm a bit tired. And yeah, okay. Bye everybody.